Hey Capricorn, and welcome to Flourishing Mystic. Thank you so much for being here. In this reading, I was guided to tap into what your spirit guides want to share with you at this particular time in your life. So no matter when you come across this reading, there could be a message or two in here for you. Let's get right into it, Capricorn. What messages would you have Capricorns know at this particular time? No matter when this video finds them, what would you share with them? What would you have them know? First card is House 11, which is the card of community, like-minded souls. It's a house of friendships, our humanitarian house, what we do for others. Okay, so let's see what this is about. Share more about this House 11. What would you have Capricorns know right now? Two cards. We have Sagittarius and Libra. So Capricorn, it looks like you bring a lot of joy to other people's lives. You were here at the bottom of that deck. So Capricorn, it really feels like with the cards that came through, you bring a lot of joy to people's lives. Whether you know this to be true or not, you really know how to work the room. You really know how to bring joy and a sense of harmony to social gatherings, to workplaces, especially when you are tapping into your high vibing qualities. Okay, with Sagittarius and Libra, these are qualities that have a way with people. Okay, so you could have a way with words, or it's just because you are very considerate that it creates more harmonious experiences moving forward. If you've been experiencing friction, okay, with House 11, it's because you're not tapping into these jovial, light-hearted energies that are within you. I see more optimism coming up in social groups, so long as you kind of, I'm hearing play fair. There's something about playing fair, or just being kind of even kiltered, or just kind of not looking at everyone as an opponent, rather just kind of just coexisting, sharing space. It doesn't have to be more than that, and it doesn't have to be less than that. There's something about needing to just share space with others and be okay with that, to maybe get through some of the workplace drama, or drama within family dynamics, or drama within some type of social or friendship group where you feel kind of like an outcast right now. They're saying that you have the answer, or you have what it takes to bring more harmony into these situations. I'm basically getting, don't expect that from other people. You bring the light to these situations by maybe kind of just shedding some of the walls that you've put up lately in order to protect yourself. It's totally understandable. You've had to maybe tap into some self-protection, self-preservation mode, but I'm seeing it's time to lighten up with the Sagittarius energy, and it's time to maybe just view everyone as just kind of just sharing space here. None of us has really come here with a manual on how to do life, or how to operate in life, or how to operate in workplace dynamics. These are things we learn and we grow through. And there's something about you learning how to navigate situations that involve a larger group by bringing more of your lightheartedness, not taking everything so serious within these groups will actually in turn help your mood. And if you're in a better mood, it's like everyone else is also going to be in a better mood. So we have ideas and inspiration coming through underneath the House 11. So your creative juices flow the most when you're surrounded by others and not necessarily isolated, Capricorn. And some of you could be like a popular loner, or feel like you'd rather be alone sometimes. But I'm seeing that it's actually around other people where you shine the most. So at this particular time, it may feel contradictory to what you want, but it's like I'm getting surround yourself, be around others, don't isolate yourself. Okay, if you get an invitation to go somewhere, go there. Okay, there's like hidden blessings and treasures in surrounding yourself with others and kind of just coming from a place of sharing space. I don't know why I keep getting with you, Capricorn, that with the Libra card, the house 11, the Sagittarius, it's almost like you felt like there's competition, or you feel like you have to show yourself or prove yourself to a group. And it's like, no, actually, you're just showing up as yourself. All you need to do is share space. This is not a competition. And as I said that, they're like, look at the bottom of the deck, and it's self-acceptance. There's something about needing to accept yourself as a key or a missing ingredient in how you will fit into larger groups. And this is not a reading where your spirit guides are saying fit into a larger group or learn how to blend in or don't stand out. It's not about that at all. It's about I'm getting this energy of a Capricorn who hasn't felt like they fit into a group, or hasn't always feel like they're the black sheep, or always feel like they're shunned out. And it feels like there's a lot of repressed insecurities that can show up to the external world as an ego, a big ego. And it kind of adds more fuel to the fire or more friction within these circles. There's something about needing to tune back in, with this self-acceptance card, it's like needing to accept yourself fully and wholly as you are. This is how you bring more harmony into your everyday relationships, experiences. Libra is a card of harmony, balance, fairness, what is just, what is beautiful. And so it's like I was seeing earlier how you are the one who has the key to get into any circle it is that you want to, but you have to kind of accept yourself first. You, Capricorn, may have tried to fit into various groups, trying to be someone other than yourself. The key to truly having a place at the table is showing up as yourself, is what the spirit guides are saying right now. So let's get into your archetype then and see if there's any help or assistance or guidance there. What is Capricorn's archetype right now? What spirit animal is with Capricorn right now? We have the nightingale. So beautiful. So Capricorn, I forgot to also mention that there's no particular theme with this reading. I am just going to straight channel whatever messages that want to come through, and they may or may not be relevant to your current situation. So just keep that in mind. I do have other monthly readings available up on my channel that you could check out if this reading doesn't resonate. So Capricorn, what's interesting about the Nightingale card is in the text it says fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listeners to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. So this is a card when in balance. It says sings, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, maybe perhaps shy, or there's a lump in the throat, or maybe there's some type of disharmony in relationships. Okay, music is the remedy, so you may want to listen to more music that is harmonious. You may want to write or compose your own music, your own poetry, write in a journal. But another thing that is coming up with the Nightingale card is to remind yourself that there's no need to compare yourself to others. Notice how there's birds in this card as well, depicted here in house 11, the house of community. So Capricorn, lately maybe you feel like you've had to prove yourself or compare yourself or be a certain type of way in front of certain groups. The Nightingale is simply asking you to be your beautiful self, not have to change yourself, not have to harden yourself. If you are a truly beautiful, whimsical, I'm almost getting an earth angel type of energy, but you've been hardened by life experiences. They're saying, get back to that inner child. You know, there's this quality about you that is so pure, it's so gentle, it's so harmonious, and it's so beautiful. The energy is like an earth angel. And I feel like you've lost touch with that part of yourself. You've lost touch with that part of yourself that's vulnerable, that's pure, that's true, that comes from the heart. I'm getting this energy of some of you Capricorns, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but you're viewing everyone as an opponent, when really we're all just taking up space in this universe. We're all here for our own unique purposes. We have our own paths, our own lessons. Not everyone out there is an opponent, but perhaps because of painful life experiences where others, be it friends, be it family members, be it parental figures, be it lovers, have always presented themselves as opponents, now you feel everyone is that way with you. When there's this advice coming in where going back to that sweet inner child who is unscathed or untouched by some of the traumas you've had to deal with, or some of the difficulties you've had to deal with in your childhood, adolescence, adult life. There's something about needing to tap into that sweet little innocent girl or boy that's still within you that wants to be heard. There's a little voice inside you, or a little essence inside you that wants to be heard and shared with the world. And I believe this essence is very pure, very honest, very harmonious with the world. It is like, it's so beautiful. What I'm seeing is this pure, beautiful innocence coming through. It's an energy. There's no particular word that I can use to describe it fully, no particular sentence. I could just name and list some of the qualities, and it's beauty, its pureness. It's almost angelic, and I feel like because you've always had that presence since you were born, you've always had that essence within you. It's caused many people to be jealous of you. It's caused many frictions within your relationships, between family dynamics, where others have been jealous of you. They've tried to undermine you or dim that light within you, because not all of us have access to that, or because those people don't know that they too can access that within themselves. But they believed that only you had this special quality. There's just something special about you, Capricorn. I can't really put my finger on it, but it feels special. It feels so unique. And I feel like lately you've been trying to hide that uniqueness, or you've tried to hide that specialness, or you've tried to hide that talent or gift. The nightingale is known for its beautiful singing voice. So some type of hidden gift or talent. You could be multifaceted or multi-talented, and you've been hiding it and dimming your light, perhaps even to just fit in or not stand out. But the truth is, you're allowed to take up space. You were meant to take up space. You are meant to show up as your beautiful self in the capacity that you're meant to, with the gifts that you have access to, and to showcase it to the world and not be afraid of jealousy. You know, I feel like because of jealous people of the past, you've actually limited yourself. It's time to release that. It's time to heal that. It's time to let the past go. People have hurt you. They've maybe betrayed you, or you've allowed others to distract you or push you into a different pathway. Capricorn, this is a really hard reading to do because I'm getting really small bits and pieces, and I have to really try to decipher it in words that are understandable and relatable. So I hope so far the message is coming through. Let's keep going with some tarot messages and see if I can put more words to what sort of the sentiments I'm feeling right now. It's a lot and it's kind of overloading me. So I feel like also, Capricorn, you could feel like you're overloaded or bombarded. I'm kind of picking up on like spiritual attacks or jealousy. And it's almost like what Spirit is saying is you only allow those spiritual attacks or those jealous looks or the hateful people or the jealous people around you to win if you participate in that energy, if you accept it. You can decline. I'm getting decline, or I'm getting you don't have to be a participant in that energy. Let's see. What does the tarot have to say here? Let's see this card here. 5 of Cups. Yeah, like I'm seeing this 5 of Cups come in as some of you Capricorns have let some of those brilliant ideas go to the waste side or to the back burner because you've been so focused on maybe pleasing a particular group that you haven't really tapped in to what you really want, or you haven't really tapped into these ideas that flowed to you quite naturally is what I'm getting. It's like you're working so hard to make sure others like you, but you haven't stopped for a moment and asked, do I like myself, or do I like what I'm bringing to the table? There is sort of a disappointment, or there's an upset because deep down inside, you haven't tapped into some of the gifts you have that are so amazing and very unique to you. Okay, and let's see if there's going to be advice around this. Let's keep going here. The Sun, it's time to bring it out. It's time to share. It's time to be free. Here's that inner child stuff. You may want to work with an inner child specialist, someone who can take you right back in there to the core of you, to the core of your being, before the world told you no, before the world told you you weren't good enough, pretty enough, smart enough, handsome enough, talented enough, smart enough. There's something about needing to get back to the true essence of Capricorn in order for you to allow yourself to be happy again. You've shunned this beautiful, bright, it's like contagious. It's such a beautiful energy. You've shunned it out, or you've dimmed it, and that's a real cause of your sadness or depression or disappointment in your adult life, is because you've shunned this beautiful, bright, smart, talented being inside of you. It's still inside of you. It hasn't gone anywhere. You were born with it, and you will perish with it. It's still inside you, but what I'm seeing here as a great cause of your pain and depression and upset and disharmony with others is because you've rejected yourself. You've rejected this beautiful quality within you. And you've worked so hard at pleasing others, but are you pleasing yourself? Are you being true to you? Are you being authentic? Or are you living a lie, or are you living someone else's life? Are you living the life of your parents? Are you living a life of struggle when you should really live a life of ease? Sagittarius and Libra. Are you living a struggle because everyone or your parents, grandparents lived a life of struggle? Do you think that you are condemned to some type of life that deep down inside you are meant to be free from or liberated from? Let's get to the self-acceptance. You have the Three of Pentacles. This is about building up your self-esteem again. It's time to build up your self-esteem. And it's like one block at a time. I also am seeing that Four of Swords. It's a time of healing some deep inner wounds around self-acceptance and self-rejection. I'm getting you've rejected yourself. You've rejected talents that are innate within you because I don't really know why. It's like you feel like you are condemned to live a certain life. You feel like you're condemned to live a life of misery or poverty or not living your truth or your bliss. And that is totally the reverse of what is true. You are meant to be working on your life path, and your gifts and talents are meant to awe others. I'm literally seeing people in awe over your talents and gifts, but you won't be able to share that with others if you keep rejecting it, or if you keep shunning it, or keep dimming it, pretending it's not there, pretending there isn't a burning light within you. Capricorn, you are meant to be seen within a group is what I'm getting. You are meant to be, what you do is meant to stand out with this Three of Pentacles and this Nightingale. And you are meant to show up as you are without dimming those qualities. Any other messages for Capricorn here? Any other messages for Capricorn? A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. This reminds me how what's beautiful is beautiful. What's pure is pure. Talent is talent. If you've had that talent when you were a child, you still have it now. It's a matter of tapping in, tuning in, using your own abilities, your own willpower to go there. Go to the depths of your being, of who you are. That's where the light is. That's where the window of opportunity is. You know what this is. You know where your happiness lies. But it's almost like you're not giving it to yourself. You're not allowing it. You've been rejecting it. And I feel like Spirit is saying, come on now, it's time to see this for what it is. It's time to see yourself for who you are. It's time to stop rejecting who you are, because you are beautiful, you are pure, you are talented, you are amazing. It's time to lift your head up and be happy again. It's time to get out of the funk. It's time to stop maybe living for other people, or it's time to stop trying to fit in. Even you were meant to be a standout and a knockout, is one message. Also, there's something about the heart's will. So a burning desire is always going to be a burning desire. And I can't help but remember the quote, don't die with your music still in you. When there's music still, you know, when we have the music in us, it never really goes anywhere. It just gets suppressed if we don't tap into it. And sometimes it's a matter of tapping into it for the sake of tapping into it and nothing else. It's not necessarily about the money. In fact, when we do our heart's desire out of money because we need to support ourselves or because we need to support a family, I find that that's when the money, the abundance kind of gets rejected and blocked. But when we do it sincerely, when we do it from the heart, that's when real windfalls of abundance come through. But initially, when we're following our heart's desire and our heart's will, it has to come from a place of purity. It has to come from a place of joy. Sometimes when we involve that money into the equation, or the stability into the equation, it takes away from our craft. And sometimes we just need to have a heart's desire for the sake of it. And in due time, the universe tends to bless those who are courageous enough to follow their heart's desire, and it ends up blessing those monetarily. But we should never pursue our heart's desire out of money. or the need for it. Sometimes that's the hardest part, is just getting started. It's the initial stages where, let's say you want to be an actor, let's say you want to be a writer or a poet or anything under the sun, really. Initially, you might not make a living. And the real test is this heart's will so strong that you'll follow it anyways? You'll live your truth anyways? You'll sing your song anyways, even if there's no money or praise or accolade involved? It's to those people who say yes that end up receiving all the abundance and accolade and respect thereafter. But you have to kind of push through the initial phases when nobody believes in your dream, when there is no money to work with or to support yourself with. You might have to have different jobs to be able to support yourself. But pushing through anyways, because it is your truth. Because if you suppress it, you know what that looks like already. 5 of Cups. This is what the suppression looks like. This is self-rejection. This is you rejecting your talents because of just doing what everyone else is doing, but not really living your bliss, because that's what everyone else is doing. There's something in this reading about not doing the tried and true. The tried and true is maybe not necessarily meant for you. You're meant to do much more, but you have to push through. There's something about willpower, and there's something about follow through, and there's something about needing to face rejection. And the way you face rejection from others is through self-acceptance and not rejecting yourself. The world is a mirror. So if we're being rejected, it's because we reject ourselves, or we reject parts of ourselves. And the world will reflect that back to us. But when we start loving ourselves wholly, when we start embracing our talents, when we don't doubt our talents, when we don't question our talents, when we stop living under imposter syndrome, that's when the world opens its heart to us. And it starts giving us the accolade. It starts giving us our flowers. It starts the abundance starts showing up. Any concluding messages for Capricorn? Three of Cups and secret sketches. So let's take a look here. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 of Cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. So this is a card to remind you, Capricorn, that you're not meant to be alone or isolated. I believe as you start accepting yourself, others begin to accept you as well. You may, at this point in time, maybe in your later half of life, start to meet real friends, or a real soul community, or people who really embrace you for who you are, because you're doing the inner work to embrace who you are. We can't rely on others to do this job for us. We must do it first. We must give ourselves the self-acceptance first before others give it to us. That's just the law of the land. The world is a mirror to us. So the world will mirror back to us all of our insecurities, all of our self-hate, all of our self-rejection. But the minute we break through that, the minute we have a breakthrough, which is what this Sun card is, which is where your spirit guides are trying to point you into, holding your head up high, showing yourself, showing your face to the world, showing your talent to the world, instead of symbolically, sitting down like this with your head in your hands, not facing the world, not allowing the world to see you. You are meant to be seen. So the minute you allow yourself to be seen, by seeing yourself, by embracing your good, your bad, your ugly, is when the world will start to embrace you and accept you as well. You also have secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. You are meant to leave legacies. You are meant to do work that will be recognized by others. You are not meant to just live a life that is menial or your work goes forgotten, Capricorn. And I don't mean this as an ego boost, because that's not what this reading is for. This reading is about you having a real gift and talent that is meant to be shared, because it will uplift the lives of others. It will help others find and build confidence in themselves to go after their dreams, because you pursued yours, because you overcame insecurities, because you overcame self-doubt and self-rejection, because you overcame humility, because you overcame trying to just fit in and blend in with everybody else, and then decided to stand out because of who you really are, not because of an ego or power play. That's what this reading is about. You were meant to leave secret sketches behind. You were meant to leave, treasures of or nuggets of wisdom or art or inspiration or work that is going to be admired by others. But it starts with you. It starts with this inner work of self-acceptance and just beginning, just starting, not needing others to give you a yes or say go ahead. You have to give yourself the yes. You have to say yes to yourself and say, I'm worth it. I'm worth it, and my talent is worth it. Okay, there's something about needing to see yourself and all your complexities and embrace yourself right now, and then something else is going to follow where this could revolve around your life path and work. But first, it involves seeing all of yourself and allowing this inner child to come out and play and explore and really start living life. It's time to really start living life and stop rejecting the good things. Capricorn, it's time to stop rejecting good offers, healthy offers, fun opportunities. It's time to stop rejecting people who actually and genuinely want to be around you. Okay? It's time to start living a happy life, and you have to give that to yourself. I'm getting you have the key. You hold the key to this happiness. You hold the key to this gift. You hold the key to this life purpose, and it's up to you to use it. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm sorry if this reading felt a little choppy, but I hope it resonated in some type of way, and I send you so much love during this time. Until next time, take care.